What are we going to do about dinner tonight? You better be making it this time. Last time you were on a business trip, and you never were home to do any of the chores. Do you think it's a good time for you to stop trying to piss me off all the time?
Do you think you can stop talking to me like that? You've always been talking to me like that, and it's already made me more than unhappy with you.
Why should I? It's my right as the man of this house to be able to boss you around however I'd like.
Sure, but I'm telling you that I hate it, so would you stop? And also, when I'm around the house, I'll do my best to get any chores done for us. But recently, I've been very busy with work and haven't had much time to be home to take care of things. So I want you to show a little understanding with that.
Understanding? What are you talking about, Anna? Why would you want that from me when it's your fault that your work is busy?
What do you mean by that?
Your work and me have nothing to do with one another, right? You're my wife! And so, the only relation anything has with me is you doing your job here, in the house. But if you can't do that, would you rather us get divorced? You know dang well that if you were divorced by me, you'd be screwed!
You said the same thing yesterday, that you were filling out the paperwork, right? Were you being serious? Do you think it's okay to think of that even when you're not as upset with me?
I just want to let you know that I can have you thrown out of here whenever I please. And if it does happen, I want it to be quick for us. After all, a woman like you is barely of any use to me. So, if you continue to not get the housework done for me, then throwing you on the streets should be enough to teach you a lesson.
Even though I have a job of my own that pays about the same pay as you? And I'm working it just as much as you do. I've been getting most of the housework done, right? What I'm trying to say is that you don't even bother to do anything to help at the house like I do. Yet, even with you giving nothing to our relationship, you sit there whining and complaining about all the hard work I've done.
You call it complaining, but to me, it's trying to get you to do your job. After all, it's well known that all the housework needs to be done by the wife. So could you stop trying to blame me for doing what's right? But if you can't seem to get a handle on things, I'll just have to throw you away before you make me too embarrassed. Well, life would be a lot better without you around, you pain-in-the-butt wife.
Well, if you're gonna go as far as that, then maybe we are finished. I understand what you want now, so I'm quitting my job as your wife.
Oh, you're really going to quit now? Well, maybe if you stop talking back to me like this all the time, you'd have time to think about why I'm right. Do your job from now on. You have to make sure you do as your husband says. I mean, that's the only reason I married you in the first place, Anna.
Well, you make a good point. I'm at the point now where I can't even think of anything besides my understanding of you, Bryce. So, that's what we'll do then?
Go ahead! This better mean you listen to everything now, right?
No, that's not what I was talking about, but I'm saying that I'll do as you've asked so that I can make you happy. And so, that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, already, just get home right now! If you have enough time to talk to me like this, then you must be finished with your work over there. So hurry home now! I need my dinner!
When I'm finished with my work, I'll come home. That's what everyone does, right? I'll see you later.
I'm not going to ask this again. Will you please stop screwing around?
Huh? What do you want about?
How long are you going to be overseas for work? Do you really think I'm fine with you being away from home this long? Hurry up and get home now! I can't deal with your crap any longer, woman!
Who are you calling woman like that? I want to know why the heck you're talking to me like that and what for. Do you not have any idea what you're asking for by talking to me with that attitude? What do you want?
I'm telling you to stop your trip overseas and come back! You think you can just get away with not cooking for me because you have a business trip to go on? It's almost been 2 weeks of you now dodging me! Are you fine with me divorcing you?
What? Why are you saying all that now? Are you trying to threaten me again?
I'm not just threatening you. I'm being very serious about leaving you. This is me demanding that you come home now! Are you going to ignore your husband's demand?
Wait. What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to make it clear to you that if you don't come back to me and make my dinner, I'm going to throw you onto the streets! You can't just run away for a few weeks and leave your husband at home with nothing to eat, can you? I don't ever remember saying that was okay for you to do. If it was going to be this long, I would have explained all of this to you before you left. Come back to the States, right now! You're getting the choice of either a divorce or leaving your job. Choose, now!
Do you not see how crazy a situation you've created for yourself? I have no reason to be listening to you. But you think I'll come back for you? You're a frickin' idiot, man.
What did you just say to me? You think it's okay to start calling me an idiot now, do ya? If I'm not around for you anymore, you won't be able to do a thing on your own. Who's been the one that's put this roof over our heads and food to eat?
And that's obviously been you, right?
Are you saying you're not thankful for all I've given?
Why would I be thankful for you? You seem to be at the point now that you've become so insane that you don't even know what you're saying anymore. Why would I need to be thankful to you, Bryce?
Do you think it's okay to make me this pissed off right now? I won't forgive you for this one. I am your husband, and you've just gone and pushed me to my limits.
My husband? You are very wrong about that.
Huh? You're that much of a piece of garbage that you can't even call me your husband anymore? If you take one more step further, I don't think I'll be able to hold myself back anymore. I'm going to divorce you.
Huh?
You think a wife that leaves her husband to go overseas and is never around to do her chores can just talk to me like that? If you don't get on a plane right now and come home to make me dinner, I'm divorcing you!
But we divorced last month, right?
Huh?
What the hell have you been saying this whole time? I told you last month that we had gotten divorced. We've been divorced for weeks now, so why are you coming at me saying that you're still my husband and have demands for me?
What are you saying? We're divorced? Don't talk to me about such nonsense! Since when did we ever get a divorce, Anna? I'm tired of you always getting this confused.
What am I confused about exactly? I already handed in our divorce paperwork a while back, and so I assumed we've been divorced since then. And I made sure to tell you all that last month when it happened.
You were being serious about all of that?
Why would I have ever been joking back then about that? There wouldn't have been anything in it for me if I'd done so.
Huh? That we're divorced? Huh? What's going on? When? How did you end up doing that without me ever noticing?
You said you'd filled out all the paperwork yourself, right?
So then you used that?
Of course I did. You had flaunted the fact that you'd filled out all your parts and everything, and so I took it and handed it in last month. So why are you talking to me about this now? We haven't been together now for a month, so why are you coming back to me now?
I never knew that you and I had gotten divorced. I just thought that you had left the house to go on a business trip.
Well, I'm not on a business trip right now.
Huh? What do you mean you're not on a business trip?
Well, I assumed that since you and I are nothing now and that you're just a stranger to me, I had no reason to tell you where I was going. I'm not on some business trip. Rather, I went and changed my career and I'm now working for a company outside the US. So I'm not going to be coming back there to be home anytime soon.
Huh? You're living overseas now then? Since when did you think you could just do all of that without letting me know at least? Why didn't you at least say that before you left? You know that I would have never let you go without my permission!
I'll tell you one last time. We are divorced now, you and I. So why would it make it necessary to have to come check in with you before making my own choices? We have never been that close to each other, especially now.
You say that like we were never even married! You were my wife, right?
But when I handed in that divorce paperwork, we went right back to being strangers. You were the one that kept asking for it, so I went and played along. Why would you think that I'd never hand the papers in?
You're asking me why? Because I never assumed you'd hand them in.
Come on. Did you really let yourself believe that without you I'd never be able to make it on my own? Well, if you still believe that, take a good look at me now. Whose house do you think you're living in right now?
Huh? What do you mean?
Wait, have you already left the place then? You knew that the house we were in was the house I took a loan out on to afford, so it was under my name.
What does that even mean? Huh? Is that right?
So you never even realized that either. Funny, since you had always made it seem like you put that roof over our heads. I at least hope you could have done some chores or something without me. The person that's been able to live with the help of others has been you, not me. So I'm wondering, why are you in someone else's house?
What do you mean by someone else's house? This is our house, right?
You're still wrong. You've been living in someone else's house ever since you and I got divorced. I didn't really care since I had moved away, but I plan to have that place sold very soon.
Huh? You're selling it?
I told you that after the divorce, right? That you needed to leave?
I just thought that everything you said to me back then was you trying to continue our fight or something!
Well, at this point, I don't have any plans to fight anymore. I had already told my realtor that the house would be going up for sale, and that's why I just thought I'd mention it to you. Anyway, before I called the police on you for trespassing, get out of that house. You had planned to have me tossed on the streets after a divorce, but how does it feel now to be told to leave my house?
I can't believe this! Are you really okay with what's all happening right now? I can't believe you've been planning on throwing me out!
Even if you can't believe it, they're all just the facts, so hurry yourself up and get a move on. I plan to come back for a little bit to help with the selling of the house, and I don't want you around while I'm there. And actually, why are you still there?
Huh? You're selling it? Why, Anna? This place was also my house! Even if you tell me to leave this place now, I can't just do it in a day!
Come on now. You've been the one planning this for a while now, right? Whenever I did something you didn't like, you used divorce as a way of threatening me. And even after telling you over and over again to stop, you keep coming at me with that horrible attitude of yours. You never even learned to change the way you acted out towards me, and so this is the price you get to pay. I'm so happy you decided to fill out a lot of that divorce paperwork because it made my decision a whole lot easier.
You're kidding, right? Does this mean you've always wanted to divorce me? Why, though? You'll never be able to find as good of a husband as me!
What? A good husband? What part of you is good?
What the?
If you're referring to all the plates you'd leave behind after eating and the rare occasions that you come around and make a meal for us, I think you're very wrong for making that seem like you were a good husband.
Huh? I was?
On top of that, your hateful attitude towards me that you'd have every day and the fact that you always tried to look down on me really showed me how terrible of a husband you were. Do you understand what I mean? It was impossible for me to be around you, especially when you got all worked up. But we're divorced now, so I don't really care if you understand me or not. So, why have you still not left the house after getting divorced?
You're asking me why?
So you really did not think we were divorced.
Anna, this isn't good. Can you please stop trying to mess with me? I didn't know anything about you selfishly handing in those documents without me, and asking me to leave all of a sudden is not going to sit well with me.
Huh? Do you not see who's messing around right now still?
Huh?
This is all what you deserve after treating your kind wife so horrible after she told you to lay off of her so many times. If you'd wanted to have someone around the house to do the chores all the time, you should have hired a maid or something like that. Well, if you're not even able to pay for the house you're sitting in right now, you probably never had the money to hire your own maid.
I don't want to leave! We're family, and we should be living together! Moving overseas without ever telling me! That's not the right thing to do right now! Can you please come back? If I don't have you with me, I'll be the one getting screwed!
You've changed so much from the man you were before that I can't help myself from laughing. Well, I'm so sorry, but I'm doing great without you. Actually, this is the best I've ever felt in such a long time, so I want you to stay away. Now hurry up and leave my house. You should be able to clean up by yourself by now. You're 36 years old, for God's sake.
My age has nothing to do with that! Please don't throw me away already! If I don't have you anymore, I'm going to have nowhere to live! I won't be able to survive! Don't throw me away!
Who was the one that made a fuss about me not being able to cook for you every day and that you'd throw me away for it?
Did I really say that?
If you can't seem to remember that, then go back 1 month in the text history and you'll be able to read everything. I'm getting tired of having to sit here and baby you right now. Well, I have a new life to make for myself over here now. Go on and enjoy your new life as a moneyless and worthless man already. In the end, Anna moved on and ignored anything else Bryce said to her. And after, it seems that Bryce was finally kicked out of her house. He had lost his house now and had no family to move in with. But since this is the life he asked for, there's no chance of anyone being around to help him back up. His mental health began to take a decline, and soon he couldn't make it into work as much, and so he soon lost his job as well. On the other hand, Anna's doing great with her new career, and she was finally able to make her dream come true of working and living in another country. And deep down, she's very happy for divorcing Bryce and making good use of herself. I guess the way he treated her really did seem to help her out after all. I'm going to be getting married to a really well-off man, Grant. We're planning to have an absolutely gorgeous wedding because of him, and I plan to invite all my old classmates. However, the only person that's not going to be invited is you.
Huh?
So I wonder if you even understand what I'm saying. Hello? Did you hear me, Grant? Do you understand? Maybe I made the mistake of thinking you could read as well.
No, I can read everything you're saying. But what do you mean?
I'm saying that you're not invited to my wedding. Can you figure out the reason why that is? That's because you're missing one of your legs. And I have no plans on having a man missing a leg at my wedding. The whole occasion would become all depressing because of you.
I'm sorry for missing a leg, but that's not going to be a problem for me. Because to be honest, I don't even want to come to your wedding. So why did you decide to go out of your way today to send me all of this hateful stuff? Did I ever say that I wanted to come? Ever?
I'm sure you wanted to come, but are just trying to act strong now because of me denying you. My wedding is the type of thing everyone around is talking about right now, and there's not one person that said they didn't want to come.
I'm very jealous of your ability to think that everyone cares about your insignificant wedding, but I really do not care about your wedding. Really, I'd have liked it if you just kept all of this to yourself and never texted me in the first place. But I understand what you want, so congrats on that wedding.
Oh, it must be so painful to know that all your other classmates are getting invited to this wedding, and yet you're not allowed to come.
You shouldn't be saying that when it's you that doesn't want me there.
Oh? So you do want to come after all. It's best if you tell me your true feelings. If you really want to keep thinking about why you're not invited, I'll give you some more time to think about it.
I already get what you mean, Camilla. Really, shouldn't you be thinking about why you seem to still want me to come?
I don't want you to come, no. There's a limit to being confused by all of this. Well, if for whatever reason you still do want to come, I guess I could let you. But there will be some conditions.
No. I told you already that I don't want to come.
If you can walk here, then I'm fine with you coming. Are you still in that wheelchair?
I don't need that chair anymore, because I have an artificial leg now.
What? Oh, it's crazy having a peg leg. Ooh. Then you still can't walk, right?
What reason do you think I got this prosthetic? I was able to get myself one and a few months of training so that I'm able to walk like I do now.
Well, that's too bad. That means you can come to my wedding now.
Camilla, I really have no clue what you want to say to me, but I really do not plan to come to your wedding. Even if you did send me a formal invitation, I still probably wouldn't have decided to go. I've gone and washed all the past away now, so I have no intention of meeting you again. At this point, the two of us have become adults, and there's no reason for you to continue making fun of me now, right?
It's funny that a man without a leg is still trying to talk back to me. I wanted you to just listen to what I had to say, and that's all. But I guess this has all just been a big waste of time. Well, it's whatever. I'm gonna take back what I said, and now you are for sure not allowed into your old girlfriend's wedding.
And I never wanted to be there in the first place, so you can rest easy now. Now stop contacting me, okay? That's all I have to ask from you.
You idiot! It's your fault for coming to my wedding uninvited even after we had all talked. What reason made a peg-legged man like you come here today?
You're the worst, Camilla. I'd always been thinking that there was something wrong with you. But looking down on me because of my prosthetic, and then pushing me into the fountain in the front lobby of the wedding hall? I don't think anyone sane could ever do that to someone else, unprovoked.
And I'm thinking you're insane for ever coming here. I told you over and over again that I didn't want you here, and yet you still came? This isn't even okay for a former classmate to do to me. So for what reason did you decide to come here and ruin my wedding?
Do you really think I came all the way to your wedding to ruin it out of spite or something?
Well, what other reason could you have? Maybe you came here to make me look like an idiot with the intention of trying to get back together? Well, that won't happen because you can't even catch me when you only have one leg. I'm so happy I had people next to me today to help me in dealing with you.
So, you think I came here with only myself in mind, then? Well, even if that were the case, pushing me into that pool of water was not necessary. I can't even say that in all my time on this earth, I've ever met someone worse than you, Camilla.
Oh, shut up, Grant. What makes you think you can say that to me after coming here to ruin my wedding? I never wanted a legless man at my wedding in the first place.
You really have a problem with discriminating against me. But now that you did all of that and threw me out of there, you're going to have far bigger problems on your hands. Are you really okay with that?
What kind of problems? Having you here is the only problem. A low-class man missing a leg and having to hobble around is telling me that I have problems? Me? The one that's part of the elite now? I was hoping that pushing you into that water would make you realize that you're not even close to the same class as the rest of us. So now get lost.
I'm going now.
I want an ugly and drenched loser to be gone.
If you knew the real reason I came to your wedding today, you'd regret everything that you've done to me. But now, I really can't stand the look of your face anymore. And so, I'll do as you wish and get lost. However, I'm really looking forward to hearing about how far you fall after learning the truth.
I don't care. Just get the hell out of here. I don't want my excellent wedding getting any more tainted by you than it already has been.
I'm leaving. Enjoy your wedding. Take good care of my brother as well.
Huh?
Goodbye now.
Who are you talking about? Brother? I don't get it.
The groom today is my older brother.
Huh? Drew is?
I think when Drew finds out about all of this, he's going to have to cancel this whole wedding.
Wait. What kind of poor joke is that? Are you really that lost after what happened today? I think you need to get lost before you start to lose any more of your sanity from getting pushed into that fountain. There's just no way Drew could be your older brother.
Why can't he be?
Huh? Why can't he be?
We both have the same last name, and we have a pretty rare last name at that. So why do you think that he couldn't be my brother and be dead set on the idea of just cutting ties with me?
Wait, you're serious?
Well, whatever now. I'm going to leave now, and I don't have the patience to talk with anyone anymore. Go ahead and find out about this on your own now. But if you're starting to panic now, I think you're a bit too late.
Grant, come back here right now. Where did you run off to? Please answer me.
No, thank you. Why do you think I have the desire to listen to your actual voice now? I never want to hear that annoying voice of yours again.
Drew said that he's going to be canceling the wedding. He's wondering who it was that pushed his little brother into that pool of water. Please don't tell him it was me.
I don't think I'll ever have to tell him for him to find out that it was you.
Oh, crap, he found out.
That went by pretty fast. But I guess there weren't many people there that are crazy enough to do something like you did to me.
This is all going to crap. I've never once seen Drew this upset before. He just told me that he never ever wants to see my face again after this. There has to be something he's confused about right now, right?
Well, if you're the one that's getting this worked up over something like this, then it's probably you that's the one that caused all of this. Don't you think?
Seems like the people around me that saw what I did even went to my parents about it. They're both pissed as well now. They're saying I'm the worst human they've ever seen and don't want anything to do with me from now on.
Well, what your parents are thinking is probably the right choice.
Well, what does that mean? Do you not get that this is all your fault? I want you to get back here right now and help me.
What?
It's your fault that my wedding is going to be canceled. I never once thought that for whatever reason you'd turn out to be Drew's little brother. I'm sure that if I'd known you were his brother, then I never would have gone that far with you. So, that being said, this isn't my fault, right?
Camilla, are you trying to screw around right now?
Huh? Why? I'm just asking for you to come and help me out of this.
Even if you think that I'll come to help you, what makes you think I have any reason to help you? No matter how hard you try from now on to make this all my fault, you were the one that chose to discriminate against me. I say this is what you deserve. It's because of the way you thought of me that your wedding turned out this way.
There's no reason for you to be saying such rude things to me now. You're my old classmate, so you should want to help me. Knowing that you should be able to help me now, right?
And what could possibly make me want to help you just because you're my old classmate?
Come on, we're friends, right?
Excuse me? Friends?
That's why I was thinking of all this as two friends messing around with each other. I really want to marry your brother now, so please? I was finally able to find a man that thinks in the same way I do. I'll be able to become a housewife after marrying a well-off man like him. I'm literally at the part of my life where all of my dreams are supposed to come true. I can't just let myself be thrown away by him last minute.
Camilla, I think it's really time you stop screwing around about all of this.
Huh? Grant?
I can barely walk on my own, yet you pushed me into the fountain. Having a prosthetic leg like this one is pretty heavy. Do you understand that? If there weren't people there to help me out of the water, I would have been in serious trouble. I could have died!
Now, you don't have to blow it all that much out of proportion. You can calm down a bit more, right? All I wanted to do was play around with you a little bit, like a prank. I never once thought people would take all of this so seriously. Do you think we can all just calm down a little before making any huge and negative choices?
Even if you do think of it as just some prank, you still almost got me killed. And now you think that because Drew's my brother, I'll be able to help you out of the situation you put yourself into? Do you have something wrong with your head? I have no need to help you out after all of this. If you really do still want to get married to him, why don't you go and try to talk to him about this, instead of me? I have nothing else to say to you now. Now it's your turn to confront the people that you pissed off about all of this.
You're kidding! I have to go and talk to them now?
Well, I already told them everything about how you've treated me.
What? Why would you do something as needless as that? I can't believe all of this right now. There was really no reason for you letting them know anything about this. Now I really can blame you for all of this. You're the one that's ruined any chance I had of making my dream come true.
Go ahead and say whatever you'd like, you dog. I know that my brother has no use for a disgrace like you, and I really hope he's lost any piece of you that he held in his heart. I had to tell them because you couldn't help yourself.
But I told you that this all isn't that big of a deal. Was everything that I did really that bad?
You still don't get it, do you? Of course it all was.
But I apologized to you for it. So you should be forgiving me now, right?
Since when did you apologize to me? And even if you did, this isn't something that a simple apology will fix. I'm going to have to take you to court over this.
Huh? To court? What the hell does that mean?
Well, I was telling my brother about this. I also asked to make sure he was okay with it. And then I called the police. I believe that they'll be arriving there pretty soon.
The police? Oh, come on now, Grant. You're just bullcrapping me now, right?
I had no intention of getting the law involved in any of this. And I didn't want to ruin my brother's wedding. But when I realized he'd be marrying a criminal, I had no choice but to take action against you. But before I even could, Drew was already on top of it. He called the police even before finding out it was you, because he wanted to make sure they got there before the criminal could get away.
Hold on. Criminal? Who here is a criminal? I'm a bit scared now.
Come on! I said it was you!
Huh?
I think that with the help of the police, you'll be able to understand all you've done wrong a whole lot better. It's one thing to make fun of me for missing a leg and all that, but pushing me into a deep pool of water is really messed up. So messed up, actually, that it can be seen as assault. Do you understand what'll happen to you if the police see it that way? You laughed at me as I struggled to get out of that water!
But I never meant for you to get hurt by any of that. Actually, I think I might have been a little bit tipsy at the time. It's my wedding, after all, so I had a little bit to drink. I might not have noticed what I was doing at the time. I might have thought at the time that it'd be funny to push you in, but now I can see it wasn't that good of an idea, huh? I'm sorry. See? Now I'm apologizing, so you can forgive me, right?
You're asking way too much now. I plan to have you burn in hell for this. I could tell that you had every intent of pushing me into that water and then laughing about it. However, it seems that in the end, you're the one that pushed yourself into the deep hole you dug.
You can't be serious, right? That's all just you talking, right? Grant, I'm really sorry for all of this. Can you please forgive me?
My condolences. I was really looking forward to my brother's wedding today. It looked like it was going to be so much fun. But I told you, didn't I? I said that you were going to regret what you'd done. The police that Drew called for had arrived at the wedding hall. Not only did the wedding have to be cancelled, but there were police now asking everyone that saw the incident about the details. At this point, Camilla was in a huge panic. And as she started to freak out, she tried to run away while still in her wedding dress, causing her to trip on it and land in the very fountain she pushed me into. However, after seeing what she'd done to me previously, no one came to save her from the deep pool. Well, however you decide to look at this whole story, we can all agree that this is exactly what she deserved. And that's probably why nobody cared that she sat there almost drowning while crawling out. Not even the parents came to come help her, nor the police, who were too busy getting ready to take her in. Actually, most of the people there began to record videos of her screaming and crying in that pool of water, before finally an officer came over and helped her out. After that, she was taken away by the officers, and nobody really knows about what happened to her since. I bet she once thought everyone around her felt jealous about the life she had, but really, everyone must have felt sorry for how terrible of a person she was.